All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak I want to say give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of great millstone for teaching us this word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to the elect, Lord willing, we're some of those men and women that believe and fear Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, I'm our brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson. And it was inspired by two videos I came across yesterday. One being this video that you see right here in front of you on TikTok, and another one which was from the WEF, the World Economic Forum. They had a meeting yesterday, and they were speaking about digital inclusion. Now, when you hear words or terms like digital inclusion or a new economic system that that they want to bring about, you know, particularly with like involving CBDCs, which is central bank digital currency. You're going to hear a lot of that. You've been hearing a lot of it, and you're going to hear it even more as we get closer and closer to the MOTB being pushed on the world. And this showing you what I have, these videos that I have to show you that that's exactly what these people at high places are pushing forward to. And the average American, the average individual don't really understand it because they don't have spiritual eyes to discern. And so, again, when they mention digital inclusion, that's just about getting more people into the system, right? Because you have a gross amount of individuals or people in the world, billions of people in the world that supposedly are not connected via the system. So this is what you hear terms like inclusion, economic inclusion, educational inclusion, digital inclusion, right? And they use these buzzwords, these soft words to deceive people, right? Because ultimately it's all about the new system, which is going to be the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which is going to be a digital form of currency that's going to be issued via a RFID microchip or an NFC microchip, near field communication microchip. In Europe, that's what they call it. Okay, so without further ado, let me play a little bit of this right here, and then I'll play the other video, and I'll bring a precept out.
In the reserve currency. And the system is what I would describe as long in the tooth. And the central bankers are trying to bring in a new system, but it's not ready to go yet. And we're in a period of great change and uncertainty where the central bankers are trying to keep the dollar system going and accelerate. So they're trying to lengthen the dollar system, and then they're trying to accelerate bringing in the new system. So I describe the new system as the end of currencies.
Right, and then you see somebody posted, it says the system is the beast system. The so-called white man, Esau, is setting this in place. He is the anti-Hamashiach spirit that has deceived the people, which there are many anti-Hamashiachs or antichrists, right? And the so-called white man is the super elite, right? Speaking with him, not just his ilk, but just speaking of the so-called white man, because he's the one, and when we say the so-called white man, we're talking about these bankers, these banker families. Even, what's my man, Aaron Russo said that. He said that the ultimate goal of the bankers is to chip everyone, right? To get everybody in this system. Payments are important in this system, okay? Let me keep playing this. So it says, he put a precept here. It says, from 2 John 1 and 7, for many deceivers are entered into the world who confess not that Yahweh Shai Mashiach is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an anti-Hamashiach. So again, there are many anti-Hamashiachs. You got them amongst our nation, but chiefly Esau, Edom, right? He doesn't recognize the Lord, right? It says in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High, right? He pushes his image. They're acting like they're God. That's what they're doing, right? From the super elite on down, they have a God complex, right? And they wanted to deceive the nations. They want to put all the nations into digital captivity, all right? That's exactly what they want to do. I'll keep playing this. Should more left. Just bear with me, brothers. I just want to get her to talk again. She want to say some good stuff. I'll play it right here. Because the MOTB, that's exactly what they're working for. Now, this woman, she was speaking, I think this is like a couple years
So
ago.
we're not bringing in a new currency. We're essentially bringing in a new transaction system that will be all digital and essentially in currencies as we know them.
Right. See, so she said they're not bringing in new currency. They're just bringing in a new transaction system. All right. And this is the reason why the World Economic Forum and other so-called think tanks, they're pushing the world towards a more digital slavery, to digitally expose all people, right? This is the move, right? And they're not going to tell you, oh, it's a chip, it's a chip. They have said it. Some people have mentioned it. Aaron Russo mentioned it. I believe she even mentioned it, right? Then you have other individuals who mentioned it. But as far as the World Economic Forum, they're not going to tell you that right off the bat. What they're going to do is use deceiving words to have you think that the new system is going to be beneficial towards you. That's why the scripture says this in the book of Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, and receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. In the NLT, it says, he required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. This is going to be a requirement, right? And this is the key point, in that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. In the NLT it says, and no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number of the representing his name, right? So this is the big issue, because we live in a transactional world, right? We live in a world where you can't do anything without buying and selling. Like, the majority of your day is you changing either yourself for currency, or you changing your currency for material, right? Every day you go into society, you have to buy and sell. So again, like she said, they're not coming up with a new currency. They're just coming up with a new way to transaction it, right? Transactionalize money. And that new way is going to be via digital, the MOTB, right? Now, I got this video right here queued up. This is from yesterday, and this is from the World Economic Forum. We know this to be set up by Klaus Schwab, and you notice they got the comments turned off on this. They got the comments turned off on this particular video. I wonder why. Let me play a little bit of this.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Thompson. I'm CEO of The Atlantic. Thank you for joining us. We're going to have a fantastic and important conversation today about the Edison Alliance, which has recently passed a milestone to help connect 1 billion people globally. But even after crossing that milestone, there are many 2.6 billion people who are still not connected, who still aren't able to share in all the benefits of the digital economy. So we're going to talk today about the challenges, the work that's been done, the work that's ahead, and all the benefits that can accrue as everybody gets online. I'm joined.
And that's the point. That's the point. And it's causing, they're going to use convenience. They're going to use necessity to get everybody on board with being connected. It's not about giving everybody internet so they can use it to do whatever. No, because even in this video, one of the individuals speaking, he said that most people that are not connected digitally, they have access to broadband. They have access to the internet. But what it is, their information, and they themselves are not connected into the system like that. And so this is what they want to do through convenience. So they tell you all the benefits, or they want to speak about all the benefits of being connected into the system, right? They say they got over 1 billion people connected. They got 2.3 billion more people out there that's not connected into the system. Why? So it's like people floating, and they don't want that in the new system. They want everybody to be connected in the system digitally. And this is the reason why they're having these talks. Now, I'm not going to play this whole video, but I suggest brothers watch this video. And a lot of times these videos don't get no traction because the majority of people are not tuned into it. You'll rather watch the Young Dolph trial, or you watch Diddy, videos about Diddy, not realizing that, hey, this is going on behind the scenes, right? This shit happened yesterday, okay? But yet it only got like 2,400 views, and you can't comment on it, right? So you don't know what the people think that are watching these videos. And a lot of times they have to reveal their method, a revelation of method, I believe is what it's called, revelation of method. That they have to tell the people what's coming, but they're not going to tell you right out. This is why this is a part of the deception, talking about convenience and the basically the benefits of being connected digitally.
By 3 board members of the Edison Alliance, 3 extraordinary people who have done incredible work and will have deep insights into this problem. First, on my right, Hans Vestberg, the chair and co-founder of the Edison Alliance, and also the CEO and chairman of Verizon.
Yeah.
Hello, Hans.
Thank you. Hello. Hi, Nick.
We have Akim Steiner, who is the administrator of UNDP, and we have Shobana Kamineni, who is the promoter, director of Apollo Hospitals Enterprise Limited, and the executive chairperson of Apollo Health. Hans, let's begin with you. You began this project
Yeah.
a while ago. You've reached this milestone. Explain the most important reasons you got here. Explain what happens next.
I think somewhere we came out from COVID. I've been working with digital connections or digital divide basically for the last 20 years. I worked with the UN, the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goals. I worked with the SDGs. I always thought that being connected is actually giving you the same chance wherever you come from. And of course, we came out from COVID, and I think we all understood if you were not connected, you couldn't apply for a job, you couldn't get healthcare, you couldn't get education, you couldn't pay your bills.
And that's the same thing you see. All of that got to do with buying and selling. He said if you're not connected, you can't get a job, you can't pay your bills, you basically can't live. And he said we saw a lot of this during the 19, when the 19 was out with the Ovid. Okay? And that 19 was nothing more than a dry run for the new system to get most, if not everything, off the ground to test the digital platforms if it was feasible. And it was, right? So the digital platforms is already set up. The system is already set up so that when this place crashes, and it will, when the system crashes, it's going to be a controlled demolition like Elder Ariala teaches us. It's going to be a controlled demolition, right? Because ultimately what they want is everybody connected. And if you don't have, during the time of 19, if you didn't have, your digital proof that you wasn't, sick or whatever, you couldn't get a job. You couldn't go nowhere. You couldn't do nothing. It's the same thing with the new system. The new system, the RFID system, the digital system, that's going to be the new way of living. And if you don't have it, you're going to basically be out of here, right? But if you get it, they're not realizing you thinking about being included into this man's system. And this is the reason why it says this, right? Because people want to be included into the system, not realizing that you're going to be destroyed if you do this, right? This is Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or on his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Because you wanted to worship the system, you wanted to be a part of the system, right? It says you're going to be destroyed in the sight of the Lord. You thinking about inclusion, but in reality, if you're an Israelite, you're excluded from salvation by doing this. Okay? It says in the third, I'm reading this in the NLT, and then the third angel followed them, shouting, anyone who worships the beast and his statue, or who accepts his mark on their forehead or on their hand, must drink of the wine of the Most High's anger. It has been poured full strength into the Most High's cup of wrath, and they will be tormented with fire and burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and in the Lamb. Which that's that nuclear missile. That's nuclear destruction, particularly here in America, right? Because this is where the antenna for wickedness shoots out its message, man, across the globe, right? Okay, and it's all they trying to make it convenient. They're trying to make it all about inclusiveness, right? But once you get into the system and you take this chip, you're done. right? Because you worship this beast. You wanted to live. You didn't have any faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So now you got to deal with the wrath. So I just wanted to bring this out because I thought it was interesting watching this video and then coming across that one about the WEF where they're speaking about digital inclusion, right? Digital inclusion is nothing more than digital slavery. So with that, I say shalom and on to the next.